Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends. नमस्कार. अभी हम डिस्कस करेंगे ISO ISO 9001 क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम. ISO 9001 is a very common standard which is getting used by most of the industries. Either it's a manufacturing industry or it's a service industry or any kind of industry. Most of the industries are using this. Common standard is ISO 9001. Okay, so let's share the slide first, then we will start the discussion. Just a minute. Okay, so myself Ravinder Singh Chauhan from A to Z Solution and Way to Success. Welcome you for this session of ISO 9001 2015. I have a 20 plus year of experience in the field of training and development, quality management system, NABL, BS, and other consulting services. This is about my mobile numbers, email IDs, and address. So, how to build the quality culture in the organization? So, to building a quality culture in the organization, ISO 9001 2015 is a very critical tool. So, let's first have a introduction of ISO. What is ISO? So ISO stands for International Organization for Standardization. Means there is a one organization who is working for standardization of all the standards. So this organization called as a ISO. It's an independent, non-governmental, global organization that creates international standards for different industries. ISO sets these standards to ensure the products, services, and system worldwide are consistent, safe, and high quality. It brings the global experts together to agree on the best ways of doing the things, from the climate change and healthcare to quality management and artificial intelligence. ISO mission is to make lives easier, safer, and better for everyone and everywhere. ISO 9001 refers to the specific standard within the ISO family for the quality management system or QMS. 2015 is the year which denotes the version of the standard. So now in the next year it is going to change as a ISO 9001 2016 as its next version is going to come. ISO 9001 2015 is the most recent revision of ISO 9001 standard published in September 2015. It replaced the previous version of 2008. ISO 9000 2015 is the standard that outlines the requirement of the quality management system. It provides the guidelines, principles to help the organization to ensure the consistent quality in their products, services, and processes. So basically, I would like to emphasize one thing here. The people think that quality management system or ISO 9000, all these requirements are on in addition of the whatever company is doing. So I think this myth and this concept is totally wrong. If company wants to have a, which you can refer to the last line, ensure the consistent quality in their products, services, and the processes, then they have to live, they have to believe, and they have to trust on the quality management system, ISO 9001. So they have to live in daily basis. They have to be a part of this quality management system from top to bottom, and they have to follow this quality management system which is in line with the guidelines based on the guidelines of ISO 9001. It's not any kind of separate activities. I have seen in several companies which talks about that when their certification audits is getting conducted or when some documents are demanded, they talks about that please bring the ISO documents. So they keep those documents only for the assessment. They keep those documents only for the actional audits. So whatever systems they are following, they are not making that system as a part of QMS. They are a part of ISO 9001 guidelines. So there is big issue which is going on in Indian industry. So I will suggest to all the people who are watching this video, if they are working in any kind of manufacturing, service or system, any kind of industry, if their company is having ISO 9001 or quality management system, that system has to be live. That system, people have to live that system. The system should not be kept aside into the either hard copy of the box file or into the somebody's laptop in one of the folder. This system is for the company consistent quality in their products, services, and processes. So, if we will follow this ISO 9001 or quality management system with the right approach, with the right spirit, then definitely you will achieve the vision and mission and goal of the ISO 9001 to have a consistent quality in their products, services, and the processes. Let's talk about the origin, the development of ISO 9001 2015. The conference of the national standard bodies at which it was decided to establish a ISO took place at Institute of Civil Engineering in London in 1946. So 1946 is the beginning of this journey of ISO. So first meeting was happened in the London in the Institute of Civil Engineers in 1946. 65 delegates from 25 countries gathered in London to discuss the future of standardization. A year later, on 23 February 1947, ISO officially came into the existence. In January 1951, the first ISO standard was released, called as a recommendation. In this time it was not called as ISO standard, it was called as a recommendation. So ISO oblique R1, which is launched in 1951, standard reference temperature for industrial length measurement, is published. Since then the standard has been updated numerous times and is now ISO 1 2022 geometrical product specifications, standard reference temperature for geometrical product specification. If we will talk about the today's scenario, the ISO is having a 25,640 international standards, technology and manufacturing etc. It was updated around 1 year back, so maybe now it will be a more than this. 172 members representing the ISO in their country, and 842 technical committees and the subcommittees to take care of the standards and the development. So this is the about the origin and the history of the ISO. Examples of the ISO in common life. So ISO mission is to make the lives easier, safer and better for everyone and everywhere. This is the mission of ISO. As all the below products, as you can see the pizza, you can say the screw, you can see the same, you can see the uh, ATM card, it's a debit or a credit or any kind of card. You can see the papers for A4, which is going to use for the print. So all these are the products which we are using in the common life. Okay. So what we expect that everyone, every time, everywhere, whenever we will eat the pizza, the taste of the pizza, the crunch of the pizza, the everything should be same. Even the smell of the pizza, it should be same, it should be consistent, it should be better, it should be safer, it should be easy to understand. It's the pizza. Okay, similarly, if we are using the ATM card, so what is our expectation that any everywhere, anywhere, anyone, whenever they are using their card, this card has to perform, it has to deliver its expected results, it should be safer, it should be a better while using the its application. Similarly for other products. Okay, so the mission is very clear from the ISO, that makes the people lives easier, safer, better for everyone and everywhere. So this is the revision history of the ISO 9001 2015. So the first version was launched in 1987, which is having a 4 clauses and focus on the documentation and the procedure. The second revision was launched in 1994, and it is also having a four clauses and the focus on the documents and the quality manuals. The third revision is launched in 2000. So it's having a focus from the process control to a process approach and emphasizing the customer satisfaction and the continual improvement. So these two words comes into the existence from the revision 3. That customer satisfaction and continual improvement is a more focused into the ISO 9001, and it's having 8 clauses. Its next revision came into the 2008. It's having 8 clauses and improve the clarity and compatibility with other management systems. Okay, like ISO 14001, 45001, 45001 come later, ISO 18001. So it brings the compatibility. Then the latest standard, which is launched into the 2015, that is introducing the new concept like risk-based thinking and emphasizing the organization context. And they standardize all the standards. So they bring the 10 clauses in all the standards to make them standards. So this is the latest change. Now the next revision supposed to come into 2025, but it is getting delayed. Hopefully by the next year September there will be a new revision of the revision 6 for ISO 9001. So why ISO 9001 is important and required? Ensure the excellent product and service quality like a stamp of the excellence. So as all of you know that anyone who is working any of the organization, they always claim that our product is excellent, our product is a world class, our services are a world class, our product is a world class. So basically to make them, to ensure that our product and services are world class, we have to rigorously and follow and implement the ISO 9001 in our organization, in our process, in our system. So how it can ensure? So basically, it's give the product and service quality. It gives the provides the sets of guidelines, deliver better, consistent, and reliable outcome, increase the customer satisfaction. All these things we can achieve by the implementing the ISO 9000 in our organization or quality management system in our organization with the right spirit. ISO 9001 is a universal standard for all the organization, no matter what they do. So whatever you are a big or small doesn't matter. So it's a very universal standard, and you can see that either it's a pizza manufacturing or it's a doctor or it's a dental or it's a any kind of organization who is making the furniture, who is making the any kind of products. They are most of the organization nowadays are ISO 9001 certified. So buying a product or using a service that always meets your expectation, ISO 9000 makes that happens. It's just like a ingredient. So that trust has to become okay whenever anybody is buying any product, and if you get to know that this company or this product is from the ISO 9001 certified company, then he should have that proud, he should have that feel that yes, we can trust the quality of this product, we can trust the services of that product. So that is the main aim and that is the main intent of the ISO 9001 or quality management system implementation into the organization. Parties involved in the certification process, so you have to understand that who all's involved at what level they involves into this certification process. So as you can see, we as an organization, anybody who applies for the certification, it's called at a organization. And the within the organization, as you can see in the uh, as you can see in the pointer, like the organization consists of the top management and the employees. And this certification is granted by the certification bodies. Okay, so these certification bodies send the auditors, third party auditors, which assess the organization for the implementation of the quality management system and its requirement, or ISO 9001 and its requirement. And then they give the recommendation and certification for that organization. These certification bodies are monitored by the accreditation bodies. So these accreditation bodies are give the license or accreditation to the these certification bodies. So these certifies the CBs, any certification bodies. And these accreditation bodies are controlled by the International Accreditation Forum. So this International Accreditation Forum is the voluntarily associated of Accreditation Bureau. So if we will talk about nowadays, total 30 association members of this and 95 accreditation bodies. And in India, we are having a NABCB. NABCB is our government accreditation body who is certifying to the certification bodies. And in USA, these are the accreditation bodies. Quality management principles. So as we know that any system always have its own principles. So quality management is also having a principle. So these are the seven principles. The first principle talk about the customer. So it should be customer focus. The second principle talks about the leadership. The third principle talks about the engagement of the people, the process approach, improvement, evidence based decision making, relationship management. Means whenever we will talk about the quality management system implementation, deployment in our organization within the functions, so we have to see whether it's a customer focused or not. Whatever process which we are designing or implementing, that process is customer focused or not. We have to see that the leadership role is purely truly established or not, whether the leadership purpose is getting meet or not, the engagement of the people, as whatever we are making the procedures or systems or management systems, who is going to derive, who is going to execute those procedures, SOPs, and the system? The people. If we are not engaging to the peoples, if we are not giving, making them empowered, then how those systems will be effectively implemented on the softwares? So we have to ensure that the people engagement is there, the process approach, like that improvement, evidence-based decision making, okay, and relationship management. So these are the seven principles. Major changes in ISO 9001 and 2000 revision, which we have already discussed, it's increased the more focus on the risk-based thinking, alignment with the other standards, and streamline the requirements. What is the meaning of the risk-based approach in organizational processes? So as you people know, earlier we were having a term as a PFMEA or FMEA or design FMEA. So what is that? That is also risk-based thinking. So now they are putting a more emphasis throughout the organization that whatever, whenever we are making the quality management system, we should have a risk-based thinking. We have to involve the identifying, evaluating, and addressing the risk opportunities to ensure the effectiveness of the quality management system. So these risk and opportunities can be from inside the organization or from the outside of the organization. So we have to identify all kind of risk and opportunities, and then we have to evaluate and address the risk. Then identify what the risk and opportunities in the organization depends on the context of the organization. Risk-based approach address in all sections. So let's take one example. The like I am going to open a one pizza shop. Okay. So if I am making a this quality management system for that pizza shop, so what kind of risk can be associated? The shop which I am going to open, whether it is having a crowd or not. If the crowd is not there, whether it is having all kind of infra or not, like a road is there, electricity is there. If all these things are not there, then it's a risk. I will open my organization as a pizza shop, but nobody is going to come. how the people will come. If the electricity is not there, how I will operate, how I will function, how my people will deliver the pizza to the respective orders. So this is one of the example that it's talk about that in the initial stage, all your stakeholders, either it's a customer or it's a management or it's a external parties, we have to first identify all the stakeholders, and then we have to identify all the associated risk and opportunities, and then we have to work for the evaluation and addressing all kind of risk and opportunities. The alignment with the other standards, so high level structure has been made that there is a whole 10 clauses. Okay. And this complete ISO 9001 or quality management system is in line with the PDCA cycle. So as you can see into this, that this is a plan, do, check, act. So mainly there are total 10 clauses are there. The four clauses are not so much auditable except the organization and context where we talks about the risk and opportunity for the stakeholders identification. Rest all the active clauses starts from the fives. The five is the leadership, which is the part, which is the center for all the clauses, which bound, which monitors, which drive all these clauses. And the plan is the six is the first clause as the planning, then seven, eight is the support and operation, then performance evaluation and then improvement. And based on that, we get the customer satisfaction, product and services, and results of the QMS. And as the input is a customer requirement, needs, and expectation of the related interested parties and organizations context. So basically, this quality management system is based on the PDCA cycle. I hope you are able to understand some basics about the quality management system and its 10 clauses. Okay. So these 10 clauses structure is like this, which is based on the like plan, do, check, act. So basically in the plan like clause 4, 5, 6. So like these clauses are having their sub clauses also. So these details are stipulated in this slide. So I think for today's training session, we will close it here only. So we talks about that what is the ISO. We talks about that how ISO is for what kind of standards they are releasing. We talks about the its history, its origin. We talks about the how the ISO certification is granted, who all bodies are involved. We talks about the ISO quality management system and its principle. We talks about the total number of clauses, and it's based on the PDCA. So I think this much of basics the people have understand. Okay, then it is a first milestone which we have achieved, and the main thing which we have to keep remember and memorized always, that what is the vision and why ISO, what is the mission of ISO. The mission is to make the lives easier, safer, and better for everyone and everywhere, and it can be achieved only when we will have a consistency in our product and services, when we are having a same quality products delivered every time everywhere. So let's bring this quality management system or ISO 9000 requirement into our day-to-day life. Make it a part of life, not a separate system. Okay, thank you very much. See you in the next session. Thanks a lot. So if you are having any query or doubt for this training session, you can approach me, you can comment me. We will cover all your queries into the next training session. Thank you. Thanks a lot.